Hello, and welcome back to DMP Unplugged, the podcast that will explore the good, the bad, and oh, yes, even the ugly of DMP project implementation. In this episode, we are going to talk about some of the IRB nightmares. As you can recall, as DMP students, we are not initiating original research. We are, however, implementing research into practice. So, a lot of our projects may deal with evidence based practice or quality improvement, or even some of your projects may involve policy changes. But again, we're not PhD students, we're not generating new knowledge. We're simply taking the knowledge that is already generated and applying it to improve outcomes. Whether you're in a hospital setting or academic setting or even some community settings, you may have to navigate through the IRB in order to seek approval prior to implementation. IRB is established to safeguard participants. Depending on your project type, you may require a full IRB review, or you may be able to apply for an IRB exemption, especially if you're just looking at data and not physically touching participants. My colleague Gabrielle Diamond will navigate you through some of the IRB nightmares that we have faced in our DMP implementation process, as well as offer some helpful insights on how to navigate through those barriers.
Good morning, everyone. Today, I'll briefly discuss the challenges researchers face when applying to the Institutional Review Board, or IRB, for approval of human subject research. The IRB plays a crucial role in protecting participants' rights and welfare, but its process can be a significant hurdle for many researchers, such as myself. I'm going to go over 5 points that I would consider the main challenges for researchers. So the first one would be understanding the complex regulations. The IRB guidelines are often detailed and filled with legal jargon. Many researchers, especially new ones, struggle to interpret what exactly is required for compliance, from consent forms to data handling. The second is preparing comprehensive applications. The paperwork can be very extensive and time-consuming. There's a lot of detail that needs to go into your project, and that includes your protocol descriptions, your consent forms, your recruitment materials, data privacy plans. Each one of these elements must be meticulously prepared to anticipate ethical concerns and ensure participation protection. The third would be the long review times. After you submit your application to the IRB, it can take weeks or even months for it to be reviewed, and sometimes they'll send it back to you for revision, and you'll go back and forth with them multiple times before they even accept your submission. Delays can often arise from incomplete forms, missing information, causing multiple rounds of revision. The fourth would be navigating feedback and revisions. IRB committee provides detailed feedback, often requiring revisions. Researchers may struggle to interpret vague comments like expand on risks or clarify consent language. Multiple iterations can be needed, delaying project timelines. My project personally had a lot of revisions that I had to do due to the IRB person that was reviewing it. There was some confusion between what I was saying and her interpretation of my explanation of the project. And the fifth and final point would be balancing ethical standards with practical research goals. So the ethical requirements, like ensuring informed consent and minimizing risk, can sometimes conflict with the practical needs of research, such as needing a large sample size or access to sensitive data. And researchers have to find creative ways to balance these priorities. In summary, applying to the IRB involves navigating complex regulations, extensive paperwork, long review processes, and the challenge of balancing ethics with research goals. While the IRB process is essential for participant safety, it's clear that many researchers face significant struggles along the way. My best advice for any new DNP student that is going through research and trying to go through this IRB process, a lot of us it's for the first time, is to use your mentors as a resource. They are going to be the best person to help you. They'll advocate for you. I had a lot of meetings with my mentors about, where I could improve my IRB application and, different things that they're looking for and how to word things specifically. So, again, my best advice is to use the resources that you have. It seems like a big scary monster, but really, if you use the resources and you take your time and you are really passionate and use a lot of detail in your projects when applying for the IRB, it won't feel as scary as it seems right now. So I just want to thank everyone for listening to this, and good luck on your future research.
As Gabrielle covered, the IRB process can be long, it can be daunting. So plan ahead. Always plan to have at least 6 to 8 weeks waiting for IRB before implementation. Don't wait until the last minute to submit your application to IRB because they're not just reviewing your project, they have other projects within their institutions that they're also reviewing. Also, remember, not everybody on your IRB review board are always nurses. So make sure you use plain, clear language in your documentation so that they can understand it, which will call for less back and forth and revisions. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of DMP Unplugged. In our next episode, we're going to discuss the feeling of being ghosted by your DMP team. Stay tuned.